In the quiet crucible of existence, where the soul is tempered by the unyielding flame of trial, there lies a path forged by those who embrace the fire within. Like the ancient samurai who shaped their will through relentless discipline and indomitable spirit. Known as Hagane no Ishi, the steel-hearted resolve anew. Fear, that shadow that clings to the edges of the mind, is but molten iron, waiting to be molded by the hammer of courage. It is in the disciplined strike of the spirit that weakness is tempered into strength, and the restless spirit finds its unwavering center. Today you stand at the anvil of your destiny, a warrior ready to carve meaning from chaos, to shatter the chains of hesitation, and to walk the way of fearless resolve. I invite you to join this brotherhood and sisterhood of relentless warriors. Comment. X. If you are ready, subscribe to the Way of Unwavering Spirit, and thank you for standing among those who dare to forge themselves in the fire of life. Mastery of mind is the foundation upon which all true strength is built. It is the battlefield within, where the fiercest wars are fought, far from the eyes of others. Like the forging of steel, the mind must endure intense heat and repeated hammer strikes. Each challenge a test, each hardship an opportunity to temper the soul. A warrior who has not conquered his own mind is like a sword unsharpened, blunt and ineffective. To master the mind is to train it beyond fear, doubt and distraction, transforming chaos into clarity. This mastery demands relentless vigilance. The mind is a restless river that, if left unchecked, will sweep us into currents of panic and hesitation. Instead, the disciplined warrior learns to redirect those waters with calm focus and unwavering intent. Musashi's life teaches that the mind, once disciplined, can wield fear itself as a weapon rather than a weakness, bending it to serve the will rather than betray it. The path to mastering the mind is neither easy nor instantaneous. It requires daily dedication to self-awareness and meditation, a continuous process of observing one's thoughts without judgment, much like a blacksmith inspecting every flaw in a blade before the final polish. This vigilance uncovers the subtle fears that lurk beneath the surface, fears of failure, rejection, or insignificance that quietly erode confidence and resolve. To face these fears directly is to stare into the furnace of the soul, acknowledging their presence without allowing them to dictate one's actions. The samurai embraced this practice through rigorous mental training and reflection, understanding that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the conscious choice to act despite it. Through this mindset, one cultivates a stillness that is unbreakable, a presence that anchors the warrior in the moment, no matter the chaos around them. Mastery of the mind also means cultivating unwavering focus and resilience. It is the ability to hold one's ground when the storm of emotions threatens to overwhelm, to maintain clarity when fear whispers falsehoods and distractions seek to pull us away from our purpose. This discipline transforms the mind into a forge of indestructible willpower, where setbacks become lessons and pain becomes fuel for growth. Musashi's teachings remind us that the mind must be trained like the body, through repetition, endurance, and unyielding effort. Every moment spent practicing mental control strengthens the steel of our spirit, forging a warrior who does not flinch before adversity, but faces it with calm certainty. In mastering the mind, we claim sovereignty over our inner world, unlocking the power to overcome fear and walk the path of fearless resolve. Discipline is the unyielding forge where the spirit is shaped and sharpened, transforming raw potential into unwavering strength. To embrace discipline is to commit oneself fully to a path, no matter how difficult or grueling the journey may be. It is the daily repetition of effort, the silent vow to persevere even when the fire of motivation flickers and threatens to die out. Discipline is not born of fleeting inspiration, but of steadfast resolve, the iron will that compels a warrior to rise each day and face their trials without hesitation. Like the samurai who honed their skills through rigorous training and unwavering focus, Embracing discipline means accepting that greatness is earned through sacrifice and persistence. It is the recognition that true power lies not in sudden bursts of effort, but in consistent, deliberate action sustained over time, forging a character that cannot be broken by fear or failure. At its core, discipline demands surrender to a higher purpose, a dedication that transcends comfort and convenience. It is the daily practice of self-restraint, resisting the distractions and temptations that seek to weaken resolve and derail progress. The samurai understood this deeply, living by the code of Bushido, which demanded honor, loyalty, and endurance beyond personal desire. To embrace discipline is to become the master of one's habits, cultivating routines that support growth and fortify the spirit against wavering. It means showing up even when the body aches, the mind resists, or the path ahead seems shrouded in uncertainty. This surrender is paradoxically an act of freedom. The freedom to rise above fleeting emotions and external circumstances, anchoring oneself in the unshakable commitment to purpose. Through discipline, fear loses its grip, replaced by the steady rhythm of action that propels the warrior forward. Discipline also cultivates resilience in the face of adversity, training the spirit to endure hardship without breaking. It is the steady hammer strike on the anvil of life, shaping character through trials and setbacks. Embracing discipline is to accept that failure is not a final verdict, but a necessary part of the forging process. Each mistake a lesson, each obstacle an opportunity to grow stronger. The samurai's life was a testament to this truth, their discipline transforming pain and struggle into clarity and power. This relentless practice builds an inner fortress where fear cannot penetrate, a sanctuary of strength born from repeated effort and unwavering focus. Discipline becomes the heartbeat of the warrior's journey, the pulse that sustains them through darkness and doubt, guiding them steadily toward mastery and the ultimate freedom from fear. Acceptance of impermanence, or Mujo, is the profound understanding that nothing in life remains fixed. Everything flows, shifts, and eventually fades away like the fleeting mist over a mountain peak. This truth, embraced by the samurai and woven deeply into the fabric of Japanese philosophy, is not a resignation, but a powerful awakening. To accept impermanence is to release the grip on illusion and fear that arises from clinging to what cannot last. It is to see life's challenges, fears, and losses as part of a natural cycle, not as personal curses or permanent defeats. In this awareness, the mind finds freedom from the chains of attachment that breed anxiety and hesitation. Instead of resisting change, the warrior learns to move with it, adapting fluidly like water carving its path through stone, unbroken by the inevitable tides of existence. This acceptance calls for a surrender, not of spirit but of control, recognizing that while we cannot command the world around us, we can command our response to it. The samurai lived by the principle that life is transient, and in this fleeting nature lies the urgency to live fully and fearlessly. When we grasp Mujo, fear loses its power to paralyze because we understand that clinging to permanence is the root of suffering. The warrior's heart beats steady amidst impermanence because it has been trained to embrace uncertainty and change as constants, not exceptions. This mindset dissolves the illusion of safety found in resistance, replacing it with a courageous acceptance that empowers action despite the unknown. With this wisdom, every moment becomes a precious opportunity to practice bravery and clarity, to act with intention and purpose, regardless of the outcome. Acceptance of impermanence also shapes the way the warrior relates to failure and loss. Instead of viewing setbacks as final, it becomes clear that they are temporary phases within a larger unfolding story. The samurai saw death and defeat not as endings, but as transitions, integral parts of the cycle that define life and growth. This perspective softens the grip of fear by reminding us that all states are transient, and just as hardship arises, it will pass. Embracing Mujo is to cultivate a calm resilience, a spirit that remains unshaken even when everything around it changes. It is a quiet strength born from understanding that the only true permanence lies in the acceptance of life's impermanence itself. Through this, the warrior spirit transcends fear, walking the path with steady heart and clear mind, ready to face whatever comes. Cultivation of inner steel, known as Hagane no Ishi, is the relentless process of forging an unbreakable spirit through discipline, resilience, and self-mastery. Just as the finest blade is crafted through repeated heating, folding, and hammering, so too must the soul be tempered against life's relentless pressures. This inner steel is not born from ease or comfort, but from enduring hardship with unwavering resolve. It is the core of strength that remains unmoved by fear, doubt, or external chaos. The samurai understood this deeply, recognizing that true power lies not in physical prowess alone, but in the strength of the spirit that commands the body. To cultivate Hagane no Ishi is to train oneself to stand firm when all else wavers, to become like steel forged in fire, unyielding, sharp, and ready for any challenge. This cultivation demands constant attention to the mental and emotional realm, where fear often seeks to find its foothold. The warrior must confront the tremors within, the flickers of hesitation that threaten to crack the resolve. Through disciplined practice, whether meditation, reflection, or the repeated honing of skill, the spirit becomes hardened, its edges refined by experience and intention. The process is neither quick nor easy. It is a lifetime commitment to shaping oneself into a force that no external trial can shatter. Like steel that gains strength through the careful balance of heat and cooling, the spirit too requires periods of intense challenge and calm restoration. This balance nurtures resilience, allowing the warrior to absorb blows without breaking, to recover swiftly, and strike again with greater precision and power. Ultimately, Hagane no Ishi embodies the transformation of fear into fuel, of vulnerability into victory. It is the deep-rooted confidence born from knowing one has faced inner storms and emerged stronger each time. This inner steel forms the backbone of fearless action, giving the warrior the clarity and courage to advance even when uncertainty looms large. Musashi's teachings remind us that cultivating this steel is the essence of mastery. Not simply mastering an art or skill, but mastering oneself. When the spirit is forged with Hagane Ushi, fear loses its dominion, replaced by a calm certainty that no matter the trial, the warrior's heart remains indomitable, ready to meet every challenge with unbreakable strength. The path of relentless action is the way of the warrior who refuses to be paralyzed by fear or doubt, choosing instead to move forward with unwavering determination and fierce resolve. It is not enough to simply understand the nature of fear or to cultivate inner strength. True mastery demands that these qualities be tested through decisive, consistent action. Like the swift strike of a katana, relentless action cuts through hesitation and inertia, transforming intention into reality. The samurai knew that inaction breeds weakness and vulnerability, while momentum fuels confidence and power. To walk this path is to commit fully to the journey, embracing every challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger. It requires a mindset that values progress over perfection, persistence over procrastination, and courage over comfort. Only through relentless action can the warrior transcend fear and embody the spirit of victory. Relentless action means facing each moment head-on, regardless of the uncertainty or risk involved. It is the daily practice of pushing beyond limits, refusing to succumb to excuses or distractions. The warrior understands that fear often lies in the anticipation of what might happen, but by engaging directly with the present moment, that fear loses its grip. This path demands discipline and focus, but also flexibility. An ability to adapt and keep moving even when the way is unclear or the obstacles seem insurmountable. Musashi's life was a testament to this principle. His countless battles and duels were not won by hesitation, but by bold, decisive moves made with full commitment. Relentless action is the heartbeat of mastery, the force that transforms knowledge and preparation into unstoppable momentum. Moreover, The path of relentless action is deeply tied to the concept of resilience. It is the ability to rise after every fall, to keep pressing forward despite setbacks, failures, and pain. The warrior's spirit is not measured by victories alone, but by the capacity to endure and continue the fight. Each step taken, no matter how small, is a reaffirmation of courage and purpose. This continuous motion refines the spirit like water carving stone, shaping a character that fear cannot contain. By committing to relentless action, the warrior transcends hesitation and doubt, walking with certainty toward their goals. In this way, the path itself becomes the training ground for fearlessness, a living practice where every move forward is a victory over the paralysis that fear tries to impose. As we stand together at the crossroads of fear and courage, remember that the path of the warrior is not one free of struggle, but one defined by the relentless choice to rise and move forward despite it. The 6 pillars we have explored: mastery of mind, embrace of discipline, acceptance of impermanence, cultivation of inner steel, and the path of relentless action, are not mere ideas, but living forces to be embodied each day. They forge within us a spirit unshaken by doubt, a heart resolute against the storms of uncertainty. Like Musashi's blade, honed through fire and trial, your spirit too can become unbreakable, cutting through the shadows of fear that once held you captive. This journey demands patience, courage, and unwavering commitment, but it also offers profound freedom. The freedom to live fully, act decisively, and stand tall in the face of whatever challenges arise. Thank you for walking this path with me, for joining a brotherhood and sisterhood of warriors who refuse to be ruled by fear. Now, carry this wisdom forward, forge your will with intention, and live boldly in the spirit of no more fear. The way is yours to walk. Take the first step with courage and conviction.